What's going on, miners? Chump Change XD here. Hope you're all staying healthy, having a great day. So today we're going to be teaching you how to mine Bitcoin from your computer at home. This is going to be in a program called NiceHash. Super simple to download, pretty easy to use. So what I'm going to do is do a complete walkthrough guide, starting up a new account, getting this thing up and mining, and showing you guys how to keep your antivirus software from ruining your time trying to use this. So if you guys are into that, let's do it. All right, so here we are at nicehash.com. So what we're going to do is come over to the top of the screen here, click log in. Then we're going to click sign up. Unless you already have an account, then you can just log right in. You're going to have to type in your email, a password, the country you're from, and then I confirm. You don't have to click subscribe for newsletter if you wouldn't like. So I'm going to type in my contact at chumpchangexd.com email. Then I'm going to choose a password. If you want, you can use a suggested one that they have right here on the screen. I don't really recommend it, but you can. Just make sure you write it down so you don't forget. I would advise you guys make up your own password, but obviously make it something that you're going to write down and remember. Don't make it the same as, you know, your Netflix account one or the 12 others that you have exactly the same. Try to make it somewhat unique because Bitcoin, obviously, you want to try to keep safe. So I would suggest making a strong password, writing it down, and going from there. So now once you type in your email and you accept, it'll bring you to a check your email account for the verification code. You're going to have to go grab it, copy and paste it in here and click verify. All right, so now once you put in that verification code, you're going to click on your email and you're going to log in as normal. All right, so once you log in, it's going to say welcome to NiceHash, and you can customize your dashboard by selecting NiceHash services. So we'll click select services. Right here, it's going to say cryptocurrency wallet or cryptocurrency mining. They're both checked off. Well, the wallet is automatically checked off, and mining, you can either turn on or off. So the option they have here is you could actually rent hash power, as far as I know, through NiceHash, which is why you could shut this off. But we're going to use this to actually mine. So now we're going to choose start using NiceHash. All right, so now here we are at the dashboard, right? So you're looking at mining status. We don't have any rigs connected yet, so obviously there's nothing there. Watch list, we haven't set up either. That is like the price of the coins, and like a favorite coin that you might like, you put a little star next to it or something along those lines, and it shows you the price right here on your main dashboard. Then the wallets, obviously that is your total BTC account holdings. So first thing I really recommend you guys do before we go any further is come over here and set up two-factor authentication, which is enable 2FA. This is an app on your phone. It's either Authy or Google Authenticator, something along those lines. You can use others too, but those two I'm very familiar with. So it's basically a second step to be able to get your funds unlocked, which will prevent hackers from being able to hack into your account by just getting your password. So they might be able to get in your account, but they won't be able to take your funds out without this two-factor authentication. So once you click on that, it'll bring you to this page right here. This is security. You could change your password, enable the two-factor authentication. So you're just going to click on this. It's going to give you a QR code where the app will allow you to scan it. It will link up with NiceHash, and then when you go to send funds, you type in that number that it provides to you and it will release them. All right, so now we're going to go and download the miner. So over here on the home page, right here, blue letters, click download miner. You can see they have a NiceHash quick miner, and then they have the NiceHash miner. I'm going to download the full NiceHash miner. It's a little nicer. So what we're going to do is click right here, download NiceHash miner for Windows 10 or higher. And then once you click on that, it will pop up down at the bottom of the screen. So now once it's downloaded in the bottom left corner, click on that little arrow and click show in folder. As you can see, we have it right here in our downloads folder. So first, before we proceed any further with this, I want to show you guys how to help Windows prevent from getting in the way of you downloading this software. So now over here on your virus protection, you're going to come to Windows security. You're going to go to virus and threat protection. We're going to click on that. Then you're going to come down here to manage settings. You're going to shut off the real-time protection just for the sake of this video. You could turn it right back on after, just so we can get this thing completely downloaded. When you click the button to turn it off, it's going to ask you for permission to turn it off, obviously, because you're going to be vulnerable. Now we're going to come down here and go to add or remove exclusions. Now we're going to choose add exclusion right here. And we're going to come down to folder. Now we're going to click on the desktop. So we're going to right click right here, go to new, and go to folder. Then right on the folder, we're actually going to rename it just miner. Click select folder, and there it is. Your folder is all set and excluded. Now we can X this out. We can go back to our application. Now you can see I just moved the folder right here that has miner on it. We're going to come down, grab the application, and we're going to drop it into that folder. Now we can open that folder up. We can click on the application and we can run it. I'm gonna hit I accept, next. Now, fair warning, all miners are gonna be flagged as viruses. That's just the way it is. So don't be too concerned with anything where it says like use your own risk, blah, blah, blah. But I'm gonna click run NiceHash miner and finish. Now, if you want to read through this, feel free, but I am not going to. I'm going to click accept. Then I'm gonna click accept again. Now we're going to click next on English. All right, so now we're at the login page. Now we can either log in with your account and password, or you can go enter your Bitcoin address manually. So that's what I'm going to do. And by the way, there is a dark and light mode right here. I will keep it light just for the sake of this video. So we're going to click enter Bitcoin address manually. We're going to go back to the page we were just on. Now, once you click download miner, this pops up and this is your address. So we're going to right click and copy it. Then we're going to right click and paste. And now we're going to click save. Now NiceHash is going to start downloading. Right here, it's going to say disclaimer on usage of third-party software. Right here, you're going to want to accept all of them. LOL miner, NB miner, and XM rig are very good miners. So I will accept all of those. And now it says NiceHash requires a restart. So we will do that. Now it's going to continue downloading. All right, so you can see right here, we are at the dashboard. So we can just click this to start mining if we would like. You can see I have 2 GPUs and 1 CPU in this rig. If you go to devices up at the top, you can see that you have specific GPUs. I have 2 RTX 3090s in here, and I have an Intel i5 10600K CPU. So if you want to mine on your CPU and your GPU, you can come up here and click enable all, or you can shut that back off and turn them on individually with these little toggles right here. That's kind of neat. So just for the sake of showing you guys, over here on your dashboard, you can see the one active rig is now showing on the main dashboard. And if you couldn't find your Bitcoin address when you clicked download the miner, for some reason, if it didn't show it, you just come up here and go to mining. Then you click on mining address, and that same exact Bitcoin address will pop up. You can just copy and go paste it in the miner when you're setting it up. All right, so let's try to get this thing up and running. So I'm going to turn on only my secondary GPU. We're going to click the play button right here and see what happens. So right now it's going to start doing some benchmarking. So right here during the benchmarking, my Windows Defender firewall has blocked some features of this app. I'm going to click allow access, which is weird because I did do the exclusion. So it realistically shouldn't have done that. But either way, just allow access if it does. So as you can see, we're in devices right here, looking at everything in the machine. We're going to go to benchmarks and we're going to check on this GPU that is doing some benchmarks. So right now, that second GPU, it says enabled 14 out of 14 and benched 14 out of 1, or 1 out of 14, I assume it means. So I would assume that this needs to benchmark until both of these numbers say 14, if I'm not mistaken. So let's hang out for a bit and just see what happens. All right, so now everything is done benchmarking. There's 14 out of 14 on both of these. As you can see, these are the ones enabled and these are the ones benchmarked. Now we have all of these different algorithms that really don't mean anything to a new miner right this second. Obviously, they do mean something, but NiceHash, I believe, actually satisfies the most profitable miner, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, please leave it down in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure that's how this works. So it has an unstable right here and unstable right here. I'm just going to shut those two off because they say unstable, so no reason to even have them on. And then we should be good. So now we're going to go to dashboard and we're going to choose to start mining. But just before I tell you guys to do that, if you guys leave the benchmark on, it will actually start mining right away. And then if you exit out, it'll pop right back up like this. I'll show you. So miner starts, we're going to exit out, and then it's going to start right back up. So what you need to do is literally click pause on the dashboard to get it to stop mining. And then it's going to take a second for you to be able to click it again to start mining once again. So now I'm going to click start mining again. All right, so now because we have a whole bunch of different algorithms checked off, it's going to, again, pick the most profitable, if I'm not mistaken. And right now it's choosing a Dagger Hashimoto, and it's going to more or less benchmark internally until you see shares accepted. And then it will go down and tell you the wattage of the GPU and all that. So let's give it a minute. Oh, there it is right there. So speed, 98 mega hashes, and we're doing power, 369 watts, which is high. or this card. So this card right here should do right around 120 mega hash, which it's only doing 98 right now if it's clocked properly, and it should be doing around 300 watts. So now you should download MSI Afterburner or something along those lines, depending on what GPU you have, and you can actually undervolt, overclock, and get into that side of things. But this video, we're not going to do that. I just wanted to show you that this actually works. If you wanted to just turn it on and start mining, you can, but I do recommend you guys undervolt a little bit, especially if you have high power costs like I do. All right, so now over here on your dashboard, you can see mining status says you have 1 active rig because now it's benchmarked and it has been mining. You can see right here the mining profits you actually made, and then once you guys get enough in the wallet to be able to send out, you can send it to Coinbase or wherever to actually sell it and exchange it for USD. So you can just go over here and go to your wallet details, and there is a withdraw button right here. You click on it, you can put the withdraw address, and then literally the amount you want to do. You can do use max. Right now I have 0 because I haven't hit that threshold, and then you can send it. Just remember, when you're sending Bitcoin, it's going to take upwards of an hour or so to be able to get the transaction from A to B because of the network confirmations that it needs to make. And you will be getting a little bit less from what you had max on NiceHash to where it's going, because the transaction fee in the middle will be removed from that maximum total you're sending. So what do you guys think? Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully this was a nice guide for you guys to be able to follow step by step. NiceHash is meant to be a super simple, easy way, just point and click to get a miner up and going. So again, you guys might want to do some overclocking on your end, depending on what kind of GPU or CPU you guys have. If you need some sort of overclock guide, let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you guys have any questions, leave it down there as well. I will leave links to all this stuff in the description below, as well as a link to Coinbase. If you guys are interested, feel free to use it. If not, no big deal. I'm not affiliated in any way with either of these companies, but I do appreciate you guys watching. If you want, go down here, hit this like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys haven't seen this video or this video, please go check them out, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.